Now then people, it's Joe, All Leeds TV. I'm back again from Monday Night Football. Quick turnaround because the midweek games in the Championship are back. Just before we begin, I do own another colour t-shirt. I've just realised that every video I do, I've got a black t-shirt on. I promise it's not the same one. If you haven't already, please sponsor me for the English Free Peach Challenge. And if you could, please smash a like on the video. And let's get into it. So, massive game. The Pontus Jansson, Ollie Watkins and Sergi Canos derby. The hombres, the brothers, as Pontus Jansson put out on his Instagram. This isn't a video hating on Pontus Jansson. I'm just putting it out there, okay? That he did do that. So, yeah, big game out. Look, last time out at Ellen Road, we all know what happened at Griffin Park. I don't want to go over that. I'll go over that when we get to Griffin Park. You know, Conor's gone over it as well in his preview. If you haven't watched it, please make sure you head over. He's spent a lot of time on that, and it was a great video. And a little cameo from yours truly, so why wouldn't you want to go watch that? But yeah, last time out at Ellen Road, 1-1, if we remember. It was the penalty that never was. Ollie Watkins took a dive. He did it quite a few times last season, to be fair. And Neil Maupay obviously converted the pen. Later on in the game, 88th minute, in fact, Pontus Jansson, I think it was a lovely free kick actually by Alioski, which we don't see that often in terms of delivery. Puts it in the box and Pontus Jansson scores an equalising header to make it 1-1 on the 88th minute. And Ellen Road went into raptures. But yeah, look, I think Ayling got sent off as well later on in the game. But a lot's changed since then. A lot has changed. Notably, the fact that Pontus Jansson switched sides. He's now with Brentford and he's actually their captain. They've made him captain. Crazy notion for me personally. And obviously they have no striker. Neil Maupay has left for Brighton and, you know, they look a bit toothless in attack, in all honesty. You know, Conor touched on it yesterday. It sort of breaks down when you don't have a natural, you know, natural number 9, a natural finisher, a natural striker, a fox in the box. We know what Maupay is about. Yeah, he was absolutely unreal for them. And they are missing that at the moment. And they are employing Ollie Watkins in that position. Listen, I listen to a lot of stuff. I take note of the Championship. He scored, but ultimately he's not that focal point that Brentford need, in my opinion. And I think at the minute they lack goals. A lot of people before the season started, listen, I know we're only 3 games in, we're saying the tip for automatic. Never my opinion. The only reason I don't think you can go from outside the top 6 and be expected winning the league / automatic promotion within a season. It's just my opinion, and I just don't see it. But yeah, there is a lot of needle there as well with the Brentford players and their fans. I think the players probably despise us more than the fans do, in all honesty. Everybody dislikes Leeds, we know that anyway. But there is a real bit of needle there with the players, and a lot of that's down to the fact, obviously, you've seen it in the Take Us Home documentary. You heard it on the Billy B's podcast. Basically, after the Ollie Watkins dive, was remonstrating. He even tried to get in their dressing room, was kicking off about the dive. On the return fixture, when we went to Griffin Park, you know, Billy B from a Brentford podcaster who works a bit for Sky, had actually spoken to the likes of Maupay, the likes of Watkins, in the lead up to that game, and this was weeks before. Bearing in mind they had fixtures prior to Leeds at the time, but they were so up for that Leeds game. We can't wait to play Leeds, and obviously after the Wigan result going to Brentford, they derailed us, and they couldn't wait to do that. So I think they'll be up for it again. Pontus Jansson's obviously going to be up for it. Sergi Canos due to the Alioski head. You've got Ollie Watkins, the hombres, the brothers. Yeah, so they're going to be so for this game, but I think Leeds will as well. I hope they take what happened last season and really put Brentford to the sword, because we can do it. Listen, Brentford are a very good side for me. This is the first real acid test of the season. You know, do you know what as well? I looked at obviously the last game at Ellen Road just to give you a sort of idea of how things have changed. In goal for that game we had BPF. Alioski played at wing and Tyler Roberts started up front. Even on the bench, I know Saiz was in there and you know, Saiz splits opinion, but he was class on his day. But even on the bench, we actually brought off the bench Lewis Baker in that game. You know what I mean? And we all know how that worked out. Compare that with this team. Obviously, for me, you've got a stronger goalkeeper. You have Patrick Bamford, who has got 3 and 3, top scorer this season. Fingers crossed. You know, you've got a reinvigorated Jack Harrison, who looks every bit the player we thought we were initially getting last season. And then on the bench, you've got Costa and Eddie Nketiah, who both played midweek for the under-23s, yesterday in fact. You know, Costa played a blinder, and obviously Nketiah gets on the score sheet. So there is a real shift. And there's a lot of change in the Brentford side as well. You know, they brought in Pinnock. I believe he's injured as well. So they've got a young lad debutising. I think he debutised last week on the right of a 3 and didn't have the best game. You know, you've got new midfielders in there, and obviously no Neil Maupay. So there is a lot of upheaval there. The one key thing though is the fact that Ben Rama could be looking for his first start for Brentford this season. We all know about Ben Rama. We all know about Ben Rama. He's a top player in this division. And as I say, I think he came off the bench last time out against Hull. It's probably likely that he's going to start this game for Brentford, coming back from injury. So, you know, he's someone we have to definitely be aware of. But as I say, you know, they've had a bit of a up-down start. One win against Borough on the no, it wasn't the opening day. The opening day they actually lost to Birmingham. How they lost is beyond me. They absolutely peppered them. Birmingham have been poor since that game, and I think, let's not get on to Birmingham. We'll touch on them a little later on. But it was a header from outside of the box that won them the game. They won at Borough. Borough had chances, you know what I mean? And again, much like Birmingham, Borough haven't really done much after that. So are the signings, and is it too early in the season because of all the new signings? Is everyone got Brentford up here and really they're not all that? I'm not sure. And then obviously they got a draw against Hull as well. So a bit of a topsy-turvy start for them, but it is only 3 games in, and it is going to be a tough game. I just think they lack goals personally. I do think Leeds will win the game. It is going to be tight, but I fancy a Leeds United 2-1 win. Look, we're going about our business nicely. Look, we should have 9 points on the board, but ultimately we've not really got out of second gear for me yet. We haven't got out of second gear, and we're top of the table. Patrick Bamford's got 3 and 3, and we've looked every bit the promotion contenders. I mean, for me, in the division, we look the team most ready. You know, a lot of teams look at Cardiff. You've got Fulham. They're sort of in a little bit of a transitional period. As I've said to you, I listen to a lot of podcasts. I was listening to the Top 20 podcast yesterday, and they think Leeds are going to stay there for the majority of the season, and be a mainstay at the top of the division. And you know, I think we can do that as well. And we've got a tough few games coming up, but let's start, you know, this run. And the first real acid test of the season with 3 points at Ellen Road. I would love nothing more than a Bristol City-esque style performance, you know, a derby of last season performance, a Stoke, and absolutely batter Brentford. I would. We've seen these daft chants they're trying to create. You know, apparently this famous club gave over. But yeah, I would love nothing more than to put Brentford to the sword. But I can see it being a tight game. Just because they're a decent side, they're a decent footballing side. But in that area, I think we out-football most teams when we are on it. And I hope we are on it. So I'm going to go for a 2-1 Leeds win. And I'm going to go for a Pablo Hernandez out-of-the-box screamer. I don't know why I've just said that, but it just popped into my head. And Patrick Bamford to win the game late on. But yeah, 2-1. Let me know what you guys think. What are your thoughts on the Pontus Jansson situation? Are you all going to get involved in the Ben White chant? The fuck Pontus Jansson? Let me know. It seems to be splitting opinion. But I reckon Pontus Jansson will try and make this all about him. I've said before, I think if he scores a goal, he probably runs over to Bielsa's bench and gives it the old, yeah. Players do that. I might be wrong, though. I might be wrong. But I think Pontus might just make it all about him. But we will see. But thank you so much for tuning in. Make sure you watch the rest of the guys' video. Make sure you hit a like on the video, share and subscribe. And if you haven't already, please sponsor me for the English free picks. I promise, you know, I won't say that much more. But thank you so much for tuning in. I'm rambling as per. Have a nice day. Enjoy tomorrow. Hopefully I'll see you at the game. Marching on together. Leeds, Leeds, Leeds.